All right, everyone, welcome to the next to the last screencast on using different voting rules here in Chapter 7. Sorry, let me skip to the opening slide. So in this one, we're going to look at the Condorcet procedure. And the Condorcet procedure was designed to find a Condorcet winner if it exists. All right, if there is a Condorcet winner, this method will find it. And you'll see why. It's basically just running everything pairwise and seeing if something beats everything else, right? That's sort of the definition of a Condorcet winner. It is a pairwise alternative, it is an alternative that cannot be defeated in pairwise majority rule. So a Condorcet winner is an alternative that cannot be defeated under pairwise majority rule. So here is our set of voters. Again, just to remind you, this means that 18 people strictly prefer hot tamales to Skittles, to Lindt Truffles, to Reese's Cups, to Baby Ruth. That's how you read this overall preference profile. This is the number of voters, and this is their strict preference ordering. All right, so we're going to do a kind of a round-robin tournament pairwise to look for a Condorcet winner. So I need to run each alternative against each other alternative at least one time. And the way I do this, and you don't have to do this, you could list this out like hot tamales versus Skittles, and then do the count, and then run hot tamales versus Lindt Truffles, and then do hot tamales versus Reese's Cups, and hot tamales versus Baby Ruth. All right. The problem is it gets hard to keep up with all the different pairs, right? And to make sure you've done all the pairs. And you don't have to run a vote twice. So I don't need to run hot tamales versus Baby Ruth, and then also Baby Ruth versus hot tamales. So using this rows versus columns method, I'm able to only do all the pairs once and make sure I have all the pairs, okay? And the way you're going to read this is when I run, let's say, hot tamales versus Baby Ruth, all right, I'm going to put the alts total in the row, all right? So Baby Ruth versus hot tamales, Baby Ruth's total is going to go right here, all right? Well, where does hot tamales total go? Well, hot tamales goes hot tamales versus Baby Ruth. So the total in the box is the total for the row alternative. And again, if this is confusing, don't write it out this way. Just write out each pair, hot tamales versus Baby Ruth, and do the pairwise vote, okay? So I'm looking at hot tamales and Baby Ruth. So I'm up here in this corner. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight hot tamales and Baby Ruth. I've already done that here. Hot tamales versus Baby Ruth. All of the bolded alternatives are running against one another. First, how many vote for hot tamales? 18. All right. This group, this group, this group, this group, and this group are all prefer Baby Ruth to hot tamales. Right? Baby Ruth to hot tamales, Baby Ruth to hot tamales, Baby Ruth to hot tamales. So hot tamales vote total against Baby Ruth goes right here because the vote total goes with the row alternative. All right. And then what am I going to put here? Well, I'm going to put Baby Ruth's total against hot tamales. And that's 12 plus 10 plus 9 plus 4 plus 2. That's 37. All right. You may remember this from when we did one of the plurality rules where we had only hot tamales versus Baby Ruth. It had this same vote total. So I'm just going to work our way down looking at each possible pair. And I'll know I'm done when I filled in all of these non-diagonal cells in the matrix. All right, so here we're doing Reese's Cups versus hot tamales. All right, so I've highlighted over here just hot tamales and Reese's Cups. So we can see this group prefers hot tamales, this group prefers Reese's Cups, 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 and this group prefers Reese's Cups. So we already know what the vote totals are going to be there. It's going to be 18 to 37 because it was the same as it was for Baby Ruth. Hot tamales got 18, so the row entry here between hot tamales and Reese's Cups is hot tamales. Reese's Cups got 37, so in the cell that is Reese's Cups Hot Tamales, I put the 37 here for the row alternative. Next, we're going to do Skittles versus Hot Tamales. All right, so over here I've already bolded Hot Tamales and Skittles. So this group prefers Hot Tamales to Skittles, and look, these 3, 4, 5 other groups prefer Skittles to Hot Tamales. So it shouldn't be any surprise that we get 18 for Hot Tamales and 37 for Skittles. All right. Now let's run one more, but it's only there's going to be actually several more, but one more that includes Hot Tamales. All right, we're going to run Lindt truffles versus Hot Tamales. All right, and there's one group that prefers Hot Tamales, and look, all the other groups prefer Lindt truffles. So Hot Tamales gets 18 in the Hot Tamale versus Lindt truffles cell, but in the Lindt truffles versus Hot Tamales cell, we get 37 for that many voters. Okay, now let's look at Baby Ruth versus Reese's Cups. All right. So for Baby Ruth versus Reese's Cups, and over here I've bolded Baby Ruth and Reese's Cups for each group so we can clearly see which of the two they prefer. Two groups prefer Baby Ruth to Reese's Cups. Group number 2 with 12 votes and group number 5 with 4 votes. So that is 16 votes for Baby Ruth. Again, you put the vote total with the row in terms of the cell that shows you the competition between the two. So where do I put Reese's Cups votes? I put it on the row where the cell shows the comparison. So the row is Reese's Cups, the column is Baby Ruth, and so that total is 18 plus 10 plus 9 plus 2, so for a total of 39 votes. All right. Now we're going to run Skittles against Baby Ruth. So over here I've highlighted Skittles and Baby Ruth, Skittles, Baby Ruth, Skittles, Skittles, Baby Ruth, Skittles, and Skittles, Baby Ruth. So let's look at the first vote total, the Baby Ruth vote total in Baby Ruth versus Skittles. So it's 12 plus 10 plus 4. That is the Baby Ruth's vote, so 22 plus 4 is 26. And now I'm going to come back and look at the Skittles votes in that pairwise comparison. 18 plus 9 plus 2 is 29. So Skittles wins that pairwise comparison. But remember, what I'm looking for here in the Condorcet procedure is there one alternative that beats all the other alternatives? If not, the Condorcet procedure does not give you a group choice, or a unique group choice, I should say. All right, what about Baby Ruth versus Lindt truffles? Here we've highlighted Lindt truffles and Baby Ruth and Lindt truffles, Baby Ruth and Lindt truffles, Lindt truffles and Baby Ruth, Lindt truffles and Baby Ruth, and Lindt truffles over Baby Ruth. Looks like I forgot to bold that one particular Baby Ruth there. So in any event, what's the vote? Well, 22 vote for Baby Ruth, this group here and this group here. And then 33 vote for Lindt truffles. So Lindt truffles wins in that pairwise competition. We only have a few more to go, right? We have Skittles versus Lindt truffle. I think maybe, and then we need, no, that's Lindt truffles versus Skittles. Oh, we need Reese's Cups versus Skittles. And yeah, that looks like those comparisons. So here it is. Reese's Cups versus Skittles. You can see over here I've highlighted the Skittles and Reese's Cups, and we can look that Reese's Cups is preferred by 10, 11, 12 voters to Skittles. So in the row for Reese's Cups, I put 12 in comparison against Skittles, and then I put Skittles vote total in the row for Skittles, where the column is Reese's Cups, and there are 43 voters who prefer Skittles to Reese's Cups. 18, 12, 9, and 4 for 43. All right, now Reese's Cups versus Lindt truffles. So here I've highlighted Lindt truffles and Reese's Cups all the way across. Let's let them vote. So 19 of these voters prefer Reese's Cups to Lindt truffles. So in the cell that has Reese's Cups as the row and Lindt truffles as the column, I give the vote total for Reese's Cups. It's always the row. It's always the alternative on the row that gets the total. And then for Lindt Truffles versus Reese's Cups, that's where Lindt Truffles is going to go right here. And they get 36 votes. 18 plus 12 is 20. 18 plus 12 is 30. Plus 4 plus 2 is 36 votes for Lindt Truffles against Reese's Cups. Then the last comparison is going to be Skittles and Lindt Truffles. I've highlighted Skittles and Lindt Truffles over here. Lindt Truffles Skittles, Lindt Truffles Skittles, Skittles Lindt Truffles, Lindt Truffles Skittles, and Lindt Truffles Skittles. And now I'm going to let them vote for their most preferred. 27 vote for Skittles, 18 here, and 9 here for a total of 27. And then 28 vote for Lindt Truffles. Here, 12, 10, 4, and 2 for a total of 28. Okay, now we're looking at everything. What we're looking for is there an alternative that always wins? All right, is there an alternative that always wins? So the way we do that is to check each row. Is there an alternative that beats all the other alternatives? Well, how would I know? Well, there are 55 voters, right? So there are 18 plus 12 plus 10 plus 9 plus 4 plus 2 voters. So that's a total of 55 voters. If an alternative gets more than 27.5, it wins. All right. So looking across at Hot Tamales here, it already loses. So I know it's not a Condorcet winner. Looking at Baby Ruth's, yep, that one's bigger than 27.5, but this one is smaller than 27.5. So Baby Ruth is not a Condorcet winner. So Hot Tamales, not a Condorcet winner. None of their vote totals are greater than 27.5. So not a Condorcet winner. What about Baby Ruth? All right, well, Baby Ruth, that one is greater than 27.5. So Baby Ruth won that pairwise comparison, but it lost all these other pairwise comparisons. So it's not a Condorcet winner. Reese's Cups, it wins against Hot Tamales. It wins against Baby Ruth. Both of these vote totals are greater than 27.5, but it loses against Skittles and Lindt Truffles. What about Skittles? Well, Skittles wins against Hot Tamales. It's greater than 27.5. It wins against Baby Ruth, greater than 27.5. And it wins against Reese's Cups. It's greater than 27.5. But it just barely lost to Lindt Truffles at 27, all right? 27 is not greater than 27.5, so we know it lost that pairwise comparison. Down here, the last one, Lindt Truffles wins all of the pairwise comparisons. It is greater than 27.5 votes for all of the pairwise comparisons. So Lindt Truffle is the Condorcet winner. Lindt Truffles beats all the other alternatives. Lindt Truffles cannot be defeated in pairwise majority rule. All right. If there's no Condorcet winner, though, then the Condorcet procedure returns no group choice. All right, so that's it for this next to the last screencast. We have one more to go.